Hello and welcome again to a new video about the scale of consciousness. The scale of consciousness explains why people disagree on the truth and why people have so much fighting and conflict about the truth. What is the truth? Who knows what the truth is? How come some people think life is hard and difficult and other people seem to think life is effortless and life is fun and beautiful and a gift? How come some people are angry and sad all the time and other people live life and enjoy every moment? Some people truly have it all, the inner happiness and the outer happiness. How come people like that exist simultaneously with people that are sad and depressed and even to the point of suicide? How is this possible? How can it be that some people are extremely paranoid, thinking about doom all the time and how everything is so bad? So many people that are pessimistic and other people are extremely optimistic about the world. What is the truth? Is the world going down into disaster or is the world going to be enlightened? How come these two things that seem so contradictory can simultaneously coexist? What is happening? First, I want to talk to you about truth. What is the truth? Is there an absolute truth or are all truths relative? In my understanding, the truth is like a prism. A prism is a glass pyramid that has one light beam going through it and then 7 colors of the rainbow, like the scale of consciousness, are emitted. This rainbow contains the one pure beam of light but separates itself into different colors, different frequencies. And this is a very, very profound truth. It is very deep mystical knowledge. When one is in the red color, for example, one experiences psychosis, addiction, depression, and a very, very low state of consciousness. Like here. We are on the level of shame, guilt, and apathy. That is the red color. That's the lowest frequency in existence. No, actually, that's not the lowest frequency in existence. You have even lower to the minus, but then you have really screwed up things like you see in horror movies. And those beings are not physical anymore. So when you are in the red spectrum, you experience life as difficult, as a hell, as punishment, as one big mess. And people in here, in the red zone, are very, very paranoid and very unhappy and they struggle with life in general. So when you talk to those people, they will say, life is here to punish you. The universe is very, very evil and hard and it's a dog-eat-dog world. Everything murders each other. Life is cruel. These frequencies, this is the truth. Truly, they experience life as a hell that you have to fight for existence. Alright? You also have crime and murder happening in the red zone. People with the state of consciousness that are in shame, guilt, and apathy and grief, let's say apathy, they don't feel the normal empathy a human here does. So they are more prone to crime and to very evil deeds and very evil actions. Here the choices are made, the darkest choices a human can make are made here. So very, very screwed up things happen here. When one is in peace and up the scale, when you talk to someone with a 600 level of consciousness, that someone will tell you that life is beautiful, life is blissful, life is perfect, and the universe is perfect. Life is a gift. When one is in a violet color, the human experiences life as heaven. The human experiences life as heaven when he or she is in the violet color. This is the level of peace, bliss, enjoyment, enlightenment and beauty and fulfillment. All these perceptions and everything in between, because I only highlighted the lowest and the highest, and everything in between is all truth. All of them are true. That is why people are fighting so much about perception, because secretly every single perception on the scale of consciousness is a little bit of the truth, because it's one beam of light, one pure beam of consciousness that is just temporarily split into multiple factions. So it has been compartmentalized. And we are multidimensional beings, so we are able to tap in different frequencies at will. We have that free will. We can go slide into hell, and then we go slide into heaven again and again, and everything in between, in order to grow and to experience limitations that don't truly exist but can exist because we are perception distorters. Our human brain is a perception distorter. It can create anything out of nothingness. We serve as a light distorter. We are like the prism. But we can choose how to distort reality, because ultimately everything is one, nothing is real truly, but the experience is a game, and the experience is real. It's real. The experience is real, but it's not the absolute truth, because when you play a game out here, when you play some good games here, you know that game is just fake. It is made up of code. And you know you are not that character. But this game is next level. You are a master of limitation and you don't know it yet. We humans are masters of limitation because we are meant to go so deeply down into the darkness. And we have to lose who we are, everything that we truly are. Forget ourselves, we forget who we truly are, and we are thrown into the deepest darkness possible in order to find our way back again. So that is the game. The game is forget who you are, go into darkness, experience lessons or growth, experience something like a movie, and then find out who you are again. And you can choose to go up. You can choose to ascend. You can choose to ascend to higher levels if you wish. You can also choose, at any moment, you can also choose the darkness again, because that's the game. This earth is a game of choice, so you have the choice to become good or evil. Like those games you also have, you can choose to become good or evil. So you always have the choice. Many of us are right now in the Western world, we are down here or up here, and we are entering the green zone, and that is the zone of the heart. The green is also the color of the heart chakra. This is no coincidence. We are opening our hearts to ascend to higher levels. But most of people, humanity, in very dense countries, maybe some poorer countries, are down here. But they are also ascending. Every single one of us will ascend to higher levels. And this age is very special because we are all collectively going into the green zone and even higher. Some people are already in the love and the joy, and of course many people throughout history have become enlightened. But now it's time for collective consciousness to ascend together. So the masses are going to ascend together to a higher consciousness. And we are here to witness everything. Reality is a perception. Your perception changes if you shift your frequency to higher levels of consciousness. Your perception of reality changes when you change your inner state of being. Because the circumstances you see outside of yourself is just a reflection of your state, of your inner frequency you are emitting right now. And You also see this in the observer effect, quantum physics, quantum entanglement, non-locality principle, the field theory, you name it. There is a lot of evidence coming out because this is the age where spirituality combines with science, because science is based in spirituality. Science is researching the material world. But the material world doesn't even exist because it's 99.9 empty space. So scientists with their senses are literally researching objects that don't exist. So they are researching empty space. That seems a little bit woo-woo to me. I don't know. All truths are relative depending on your state of consciousness. So no wonder why people are fighting so much about what is true and what is reality. How does life work? No, you have to work very hard and achieve your dreams. This is how life works. I've worked in this company for 40 years. I know how life works. No, you don't know how life works. You don't know because you only know how your specific life works in your specific circumstances, with your specific conditioning, with your specific upbringing, environment, programs. You don't know anything about other people's belief systems, lives, or energy. You don't know anything about the choices they have made before being born here, before entering this dimension. You don't know anything about other beings, their truths. You don't know it. You can only pretend to know it, so they buy into your belief system and they will live according to your rules, because that will make you feel less unsafe. Because this is a very, very unsafe truth, because when you have responsibility about your inner world, you cannot play the victim anymore and you have to consciously choose, because it's up to you. You're the boss now. You are sovereign. You are free. You are a creator now. That's all responsibility on you. So there comes the inner work you need to do. If you don't want to stay stuck in lower stage, you have to do inner work. Really. Do inner work, emotional work, body work, physical exercise, mental work, contemplation. That is how you ascend to higher levels of consciousness. You deepen your understanding, but that is not enough. You have to experience the emotional understanding of every single stage, so you can see your own state of consciousness, and you can also observe these states. When you become familiar with the states of consciousness, you can also pinpoint where they are. You can see at which frequency countries are. You can see places, you can see artwork, you can see books or companies. You can all sense their level of consciousness, and then you can make a conscious decision, because I won't do business with people right here. I only do business with people that are heart-based. This is the minimum for me. I don't help people in shame, guilt, and apathy, because they need professional care and even drugs. That is what they need. They aren't responsive to help in here. They just aren't able to. It's psychosis. People that are leaping from the yellow to the green, I can help. That is fine, because those people in here are responsive to help. People in grief, they need counseling from a normal therapist. People in here need counseling from spiritual people. For example, when your state of consciousness, your level of energy is very high, you are at 500 love, unconditional love. When you talk with someone who is very low state of consciousness, the game that person chose, you cannot help them because they are unresponsive to help. They need to go to religion or repent their sins to a god, or they need to go into a justice system just in order to become slightly more conscious, because they don't have a chance. They won't believe that life is love. They don't believe in love, that it even exists. They are so in fear They are so empty inside they cannot even perceive of a little bit of truth. Help will seem very dangerous to them.